Hi everyone, my name is Anne and I'm a videographer here at JetPens. You might have seen my planner floating around in a few videos. Today, I'll be giving you a comprehensive look into why I chose this planner, how I use it, and the accessories I've paired with it. Let's dive in. Which planner am I using? I use the Kokuyo Jibun Techo Light Diary in B6 Slim as my work planner. That means this guy doesn't come home with me because I know for a fact that I will forget it and then I'd be without a planner for the whole day and then, no. I know the type of person I am. This planner stays at work, open to the current week, so it's ready to go. But if you think this size is a little too small, don't worry. The Light Diary now comes in A5 Slim format. Why the Jibun Techo? First reason, I needed a place to track everything that I do. Second reason, I like the vertical weekly format. Monthly calendars are a necessity, but I don't really need the daily pages. Third reason narrowed down my options even more. I needed a vertical weekly format with grid. More on that later. This might come as a surprise, but I didn't really use a planner in school, especially college. I created my own really convoluted master list of all the assignments and readings I had for every class. So the Jibun Techo wasn't hard to get into at all, because I already made something that was more intimidating. How I use my planner. Monthly calendar. The monthly calendar is where I do big picture tracking. On the left, I track my assigned videos. For the calendar portion, I track the major task I did that day. Usually it's 2 colors, one for video and one for whatever else. Down here in the Gantt chart, I track 3 things: eating out for lunch, milk tea that I drink too much of, and takeout, which I also buy too much of. I space it out so I can write the name of the places I bought it from. I like using the Light Diary more than the other planners in the lineup because the monthly calendar and Gantt chart sections are on the same spread. This means less sections to flip through. The less friction, the better. I want to use my planner, not be so frustrated that I avoid it altogether. Weekly layout. I know this looks a little complicated, but it's not. The layout is based off of another Kokuyo product, the Kokuyo Campus Study Planner. This is where the grid comes in handy. Each square is 10 minutes. I only use the portion where I'm at work, and the remaining space is for notes. My writing looks squished here, but I don't mind the small space. Right below it, I calculate the time spent on each task and summarize the information. This helps me parse the whole week when I look back on it. And the left column here captures the tasks that need to be done by the end of the week. Planning supplies. All of the stationery you see here is my work stationery, as in, you guessed it, they stay at work. Nothing comes home with me. This way, I won't forget anything. Pens. My main pen is the Uniball 1 gel pen. Oh, I love the way this pen looks. The black really stands out, especially with all the colors I use to color code. This is because the ink is formulated so that it stays on the surface of the paper instead of getting absorbed into it. For color coding, I use the classic Zebra mild liner highlighters. The colors are bright, but not blinding, and they're different enough that I can tell them apart. I also have this Sunstar Nini P in smoke pink and dark blue to fill out my Gantt chart. I find it super fast to log information with its dual tip feature. Paper. As a supplement to my planner, I use this hefty Midori MD block grid memo pad to write my daily to-dos. There's 500 sheets of MD paper that's bleed resistant, feather resistant, and fountain pen friendly. It's also glue bound, so it's easy to tear out sheets. I tend to write and rewrite my tasks throughout the day to help me refocus, so I can always start fresh with this memo pad. If I need to remind myself of anything separate from what I've written down already, I have these Kokuyo Tack Memo sticky notes in small and super mini slim. They're completely different from the highlighted parts of my planner, so they stand out really well. They also fit in the monthly and weekly sections. Accessories. Speaking of things that fit, I recently found out that the Kokuyo Campus correction tape in 5.5mm is the perfect size for the space between the hours of the timeline. I find it so satisfying when you're able to find something that just fits, you know? Anyways, I make mistakes. I'm human. I need a correction tape, and this fits the bill. Last but not least, I attach Midori Chirato index clips to the monthly and weekly sections, so it's easier to flip between them. Not only are they visually subtle, but they're also tactilely different. There you have it, my planner and the nitty-gritty details. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you want to see how my other coworkers use the Jibun Techo, check out our guide at JetPens.com. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!